somewhere, and then we'll discuss all about Taj in detail. At the entrance,
आप चल रहे हैं अगर ऐसा आप देख रहे हैं
little later.
Just open your bag and you'll see your bag.
Okay. Or I can pay for some.
चला नहीं क्या
अभी मैं इकट्ठे कर दूँगा.
Turn pink. As the sun rises, it should turn pink.
The grounds are much more extensive and pleasing than I realized.
First shot, and it's most glorious. See the sky over here is pink. It's
But
gonna.
it should change color.
The mist is gonna rise. It's gonna
The right hand side of the building is lit up a little bit because it's just starting. Left hand side of the dome and left hand side of the building is dark. A little later, you'll find a bit pinkish effect on that, then yellow, then white, white, and white. That's the effect of sunlight. So Taj was built by the 5th Mughal emperor, Shah Jahan, for his beloved wife, Begum. Begum means queen in Urdu language. Begum Mumtaz Mahal. That was her name. The word Taj means crown. Mahal means palace. So literal meaning is crown palace. But Taj Mahal is not the actual name. It's not the original name. It's not the old name of this monument. The actual old or the complete name is Rauzai Bibi Begum Mumtaz Mahal. Who is going to repeat it for me? Any kind of prize for that? Rauza, R-O-U-Z-A, the first word, is a Persian word, which means burial place. She's buried inside. We'll see her grave inside. So that is why the complete meaning is burial place of Queen Mumtaz Mahal. When British people came to India, they were not being able to pronounce such a long name, so they cut short it as Taj Mahal. So it's a name given by the British people to this monument. And they took it from her name. As you know, her name was Mumtaz Mahal. So without Mum, that first word, just the Taj Mahal, which means, as you know, crown palace. Interesting part is, nowadays people started saying Taj only, no more Mahal even. Even in books you'll find the Taj. So every time it's getting shorter and shorter. So imagine about the next stage after Taj.
T.
Big T.
T and big T.
Big T.
That's good.
Big T is much better. The story behind that is Shah Jahan, he loved his wife very much. So when she died during a childbirth, that was her 14th child, 1-4.
Wow.
That too during 18 years, 1/8 of their marriage life. When she got married with Shah Jahan, she was 21. When she died, she was 39. So in a period of 18 years of their marriage life, they were having 14 kids plus 3 miscarriages as well. That means altogether she got pregnant 17 times during those 18 years. Yes, no twins.
Did he have any other wives?
Yeah, he had got 2 other wives, but she was the most favorite wife. Then at the same time, he has got 300 ladies in his harem. If you wanted to know the total number, it's 303. Or we can say 3 plus 300. So when she died, during that childbirth, she took a promise from her husband, Emperor Shah Jahan, that he would build such a beautiful tomb or mausoleum over her mortal remains so that people may remember her. And Shah Jahan fulfilled his promise. She died in 1630, 1630. Construction started a year later of her death, that is 1631, 1631. Completed in 1653, 1653. So altogether, it took 22 years to complete this masterpiece with 20,000 workers every day for continuously 22 years. 1631 to 53, that is 22 years, and 20,000 workers every day. Out of these 22 years, it took 12 years, 2, to complete the main building. I mean that central white marble building. And 10 years for all other surrounding buildings, like one is on the left hand side behind the trees at the moment. You will get clear view when we'll be there on the upper platform. One is on the right hand side with this main entrance, those 3 outer gates which I showed you from the forecourt, outer wall, verandas, walkways, central white marble platform, water channels, fountains, means except that 12 plus 10. At that time they transported all that white and black marble, a place called Makrana, Makrana, which is in Rajasthan, and that place is 360 kilometers away from here, from Agra. And they transported it with the help of camels, elephants, bullock carts, and with the help of army too. Interesting part is, even today, we are using the same mines to get the same quality of marble. The only difference is we have to go much more deeper nowadays, I mean in comparison of those days, to get the marble. This particular marble, we call it Indian marble, is the hardest available marble in whole world. Hardest marble in the world. And by nature, it's crystallized and non-porous. That's the most important thing. It doesn't absorb anything. We are getting 3 different kinds of marble available here in India nowadays. Number 1 is this, the best one. Number 2 is Italian marble, which is also known as Carrara or alabaster, which is much more softer than this one. And that Carrara marble is porous. Even if you put a wet glass of water on the surface, you'll find a mark, a ring, and it's impossible to clean that. But with this marble, you can pour anything, hot tea, coffee, wine, vinegar, soft drink, beer, anything, no problem. Doesn't stains, doesn't mark. So that's the best quality of this marble. And number 3 is soapstone or the soft stone, which is very, very soft and cheap. In fact, soapstone is not a marble, but since it's on a white color and from a distance, it looks like marble. That's why we just call it as third quality. Otherwise, it's chalk. It's not even marble. Taj Mahal is famous mainly for 2 things. First, for its symmetry and balance. Second, for its inlaid work. Inlaid work, I'm going to explain you inside of the main building when we'll be there right in front of that art, because it's easy to explain and it's easy to understand when something is there right in front of you. Symmetry and balance means, as you know, whatever you see onto your left hand side, exactly the same thing you'll find onto your right hand side. For example, that left hand side building, which is behind the trees at the moment, that is a mosque, which means, as you all know, prayer place for Muslim people. But at the same time, Shah Jahan built that right hand side building, that one, just to maintain the symmetry, which means Both the buildings are exactly symmetrical on each and every aspect. Or very easily, we can say mirror copy. At the same time, there is a principle for a mosque that it should face towards Mecca, that holy place for Muslim people. So even today, on every Friday, Muslim people are using that left-hand side building as a mosque. But they can't use that right-hand side one, because it's not facing towards the Mecca or facing towards the wrong direction. So what I mean to say at this particular point, that there is no use at all for that right-hand side building. No one ever lived over there, not for the prayer, not for the call even. It's there just to balance that left-hand side building. In fact, Taj Mahal is a mausoleum, plain and simple mausoleum. So no one ever lived over here since then. I mean, when they built it till now, it's plain and simple mausoleum. One more thing I would like to add on this particular point. As I explained it to you just now, that everywhere symmetry is perfect. But even then there is a point. There is only one point, there is only one place in this whole Taj complex where symmetry is disturbed or broken. And there is a reason behind that for the disturbed symmetry. That particular place is inside of the main building. When we'll go in, we'll see two graves. Shah Jahan's and Mumtaz Mahal, means builder of the Taj Mahal and lady of the Taj Mahal both. And very easily you can work it out inside that the Queen's grave is there exactly in the center of the room. Rather I would say hall, because it's a big room. And Shah Jahan's grave is there on one side. That's the only point. The reason is, it was not planned at that time when they built it that Shah Jahan is also going to bury here. He built this for his wife, and she died first. So that is why her grave is there exactly in the center. Then after, means after the construction, Shah Jahan was planning another tomb for himself across the river. On the rear side, there is a river called Yamuna, Y-A-M-U-N-A. So he was planning another tomb for himself across the river, and he had already started the construction, but he couldn't complete it because he was deposed, or he was imprisoned by his own son inside the Agra fort. And during our fort tour today, I will show you that palace also, where he did spend his last 8 years as a prisoner. When he died there, means when Shah Jahan died inside the Agra fort, at that time, that was the last wish of Emperor Shah Jahan, that now he should be buried very near, or as near as possible, to his beloved wife. So just because of that last wish, he was buried here after 13 years, 1-3, to the construction. That means he died in 1666. And Taj was already completed in 1653. So here I mean to say that during those 13 years, that means up to 1666, symmetry was perfect everywhere. Symmetry is disturbed only after 1666 when he died, and because of that last wish. As far as architecture is concerned, Taj Mahal is a mixture of 3 different types of architecture or religion: Hindu, Muslim, and Persian. Main architect, chief architect of the Taj Mahal came from Persia. His name was Amanat Khan Shirazi. And symbolic representation of all the 3 religions we can see, or we can feel from here. Just have a look at the top pinnacle. At the topmost part, you can see half rising moon and a star. Can you? Can you all see that clearly? Half rising moon and a star at the topmost part represent Muslim religion. You must have seen the sign in the flag of so many Muslim countries. Then exactly in the center of the top pinnacle, you can see a shape of coconut. Just under that half rising moon, there is a round shape, and under that you can see coconut. Coconut is clear? Then in between the dome and the pinnacle, you can see a shape of inverted lotus flower in marble. So these 2 things, lotus flower and coconut, represent Hinduism, because we use these 2 things at the time of prayer for the offerings. Then, as we had discussion yesterday, domes and arches. traditional Muslim. And then these four long minarets in all the four corners, four towers, represent traditional Persian style of architecture. They are plain and simple ornamental here. I mean these four minarets. They are here just to add the grace and beauty on the main building. Imagine the Taj without these four minarets. It won't be as beautiful as it's now. In that case, it would be something like an incomplete sort of a structure. There are two things which are plain and simple ornamental. That means they are here to add the grace and beauty on the main building. Number one, these four minarets. Number two, dome. Dome means Taj Mahal is based upon double dome system. That means there is an inner dome and then the upper dome. Shape is like this. This is the shape of the inner dome, then the upper dome like this. This upper dome is there just to get the height. Again, imagine the Taj in the same way without this big dome. It won't be as beautiful. But the beauty is, there are two domes, but at one time you can only see one dome. That means, when we are here, which means outside, you can only see the upper one. When we'll be there inside, we can only see the inner one. From inside, you can't see this upper one. From outside, you can't see the inner one. That's the beauty. There are two domes, but at one time, we can only see one dome. Now, we'll see the Taj from inside, and as you all know, that inside we'll see two graves, Shah Jahan's and Mumtaz Mahal. But before going inside, any other question, which would you like to ask? Any question about Taj in your mind? Please.
You said the Persian religion.
Like if you have heard of Genghis Khan and Tamerlane, they were not the Muslims. They were the tribes without any religion. Similarly, Persia, Iran, they became Islamic much later. Earlier was the religion which was a Parsi religion. Parsi is a much older religion than Islam itself, which was existing in Persia at that time. These Mughals became Islamic much later, in later half or starting up of the 16th century and starting up of 17th century, when second emperor of Mughals, Humayun, when he was thrown out by Sher Shah Suri and he stayed in Iran and Persia for 14 years. After that, it developed, Islam developed over here. Parsi in itself is a religion.
And when does it change color? I don't see it changing color.
It's a bit foggy today, particularly in these months, the winter time, it's become a bit foggy. Otherwise, this is the time. But it's slightly better in comparison to the time when we came over here. Yeah. It's a little more light, so it's going to be a little more in next 15-20 minutes.
Should it be pink before we go in?
At the moment, we can see a little bit pinkish effect, but it's going to be more in next 15-20 minutes. Yes.
Was the son who?
At last, only 6 survived, 4 sons and 2 daughters. Rest of them died when they were infant because of different disease or whatever. We don't find any records for that. And out of those 4, number 3, he was very much in hurry to become the emperor. And as per the rule, eldest son would become the emperor. So what he did, he killed his 3 brothers first of all. Number 1, number 2, number 4. Then deposed his father inside the Agra fort and become the emperor. So if you want to describe this whole story, in one word, it's war of succession. I mean, just to get the power as quick as possible. Nice guy?
He was imprisoned somewhere where he could see the Taj.
Inside the Agra fort, and
that
during
is
our
that
fort
way?
tour, yes, that direction.
That direction.
And during our fort tour today, I will show you that place also. In fact, during our fort tour, I'll show you both the palaces. One is big, where he used to live when he was the emperor. One is small, where he was house arrested by his own son.
Was he was he first, second, third son? What was
Third. As I explained it to you, out of 14, 6 survived, 4 sons and 2 daughters. So he was on number 3. That is why he killed his 3 brothers, 1, 2 and 4.
But it was nothing new. Shah Jahan did the same thing. He killed his brother and became the king. He got the same thing.
This was the heredity, we can say.
Oh, it's Historian.
The tomb that he started across the river, are there remains of that at all?
Just one broken outer wall is there, and one small red sandstone car is there. But we have around on the rear side, you can see.
Take it like normally, everybody will be going like it for 3 or 4
What's the best time of the year?
Taj Mahal is great anytime, any angle. But these months, the winter months, they are considered to be the good months. It's mainly because of weather. Because summers are too hot. When it's too hot, you'll not be able to enjoy the tour. Because June is the hottest month and it goes up till 132. Just to save the Taj with pollution. We have one special rule here in Agra, which is we can't establish any heavy industry within 60 kilometer all the way round to the Taj Mahal, any direction. So only because of that, small scale industries, cottage industries, smokeless industries, handicraft industries, these kind of industries are more famous, more prominent here in Agra. Main industries are marble inlaid work, for which Taj Mahal is famous. People are still doing it on the same old manner. I'm going to explain you in detail when we'll be there. I'm nearby to that inlaid work. And the handicrafts. These two are the main industry, or in other words, we can also say that tourism is one of the main industry here in Agra. On an average, we have somewhere around 8 to 10,000 visitors every day at the Taj Mahal. So in that way, it has become one of the main industry here in Agra.
Do you export marble?
Not much, but individually.
Alors quand on va vous dire quelquefois tu vois des femmes qui n'ont aucun sens.
Bon, faut y aller parce qu'on prend des petits minibus pour revenir. Pour éviter de marquer les dames. Ah bon. Ah bon. Ah bon.
सिंगल भाई साहब यहाँ पर खड़े हो जाए सिंगल खड़े हो जाए हाँ इधर इधर हम तो नहा लिए
不啦，我不得已啊，因为我相机已经坏掉了。对啊，我要把我的相机送给你。对啊，因为那台我想也修也没有必要再修它了。我相机给你了，后来。
All right.
It's really not fair to the other people. It really isn't.
Listen, we put up.
We've been waiting now for 10 minutes.
Oui, mais j'aurais voulu avoir la fresque qui est de côté. Là.
Nobody has told me.
This way a little bit. Mimi, this way.
This way.
You'll see they go to any local disco club or all the local girls, skirts, mini skirts and everything. The television plays an important role. But then there are many other things that are away.
Nice postcard. T-shirt you want to T-shirt. Postcard. T-shirt you want to Postcard. C'est cliché. Si.
Mimi,
T-shirt. Rajma.
don't you want to get something?
This is my postcard. Yeah, you said all. So what about my postcard? Baranai. अबे क्रेट रख दो उसमें 500 Paul. 500. How much? How much, mom? 500
She
What?
get a picture of that. Should I buy a t-shirt or not?
For what?
Should I buy a t-shirt?
Excuse me.
If you buy something,
No. One for $100.
how much dollars?
200 more. 200 more. 200 more.
Did you get your money back?
I gave him 300.
Oh, did you get the thing?
Yeah, it should have been 250. Well,
You edit that and then home put it all together or just show them? That's nice. Watch the head. That might be too warm.
It's warm.
Los Angeles is about to be too
Looks like they're on a skating rink.
No. Abandoned land where all people are playing.
Got a cricket pitch.
Maybe on Sunday.
Remember, this is a high smog day. They're not supposed to do anybody this.
But they would have a high smog day here every day. You could get out, we could get out, get out and push.
Like he's got something slipping.
This poor old bus feels like it's going to go kaput. Well, it's a struggle. Yeah.
आगे सीधे आगे ले लो
Comes the onslaught.
वो रंगीन कलर की बस खड़ी है ना उल्टे हाथ को वहीं पे उल्टे हाथ को
Did you get any?
One, camel.
$2 for 10 hours. Big staff.
You like this camel bone? $10.
A big staff.
We interest, man. 3 for $10. By 3. Camel. One. You like this? One, camel.
Hello. There's a big staff. Left leg.
Did you get any tiny ones?
they don't have the.
Camel. $10.
We'll have to get. They don't have the. Nahi, dami.
Camel bone. Camel bone. 300. 300. Mom, 300. Excuse me. Backgammon chess.
No
This
chess.
is nice one. Very cheap.
I don't play chess.
One backgammon or handball. I give good price. Very cheap one. Get into the bus. Nice one. I give good price.
Listen. Excuse me. Listen.
Take 3 for 300. Okay. 3 for 300. 3 for 300. 3 for 300.
Really got cheated on these. I know that.
If you wanted it, it's okay.
Well,
What did you pay for them?
I think for these 4, I paid those ankle things.
Well, why
Mic
don't
on
you
karo.
get some? Why do you talk about it and not do it?
I don't know if these are any good.
बेची है उससे तो कम करवानी पड़ेगी ना पहले फिर तुम T-shirt with
We
the
have now one for everybody. We've got lots of
75 rupees for one T-shirt. 150 rupees for the 2 T-shirts with the Taj on back.
He said 3 for $100.
What did
Who said 3 for 100?
I paid 500 for these 3.
500 for 3. Oh yeah, 150 for 2. Well, you don't trust me, then it's you.
When I told you, if you encourage them over there, they'll hurl upon you. When you come back to the bus, I'll show it to you. And as a local person, the guide can do a good bargaining. He knows what is the regular prices.
एक हरी और ग्रे में लार्ज दो जो मैं मांग के चल रहा हूँ वो दे दो चलो
Boxes, they are the soapstone boxes. You want them? We can see in the marble, we'll see it at the place. In the soapstone, if you want, I can show it to you. In the marble, we'll see. ये दो अभी दिखाता हूँ कितने की 100 रुपए these ones 400 rupees
I'll get 4
400 rupees
I'll get 4
लो ये 4 और पकड़ो I'm coming back
50 रुपए लेना मेरे को
अच्छा
Anyone else for t-shirts?
They're heavy.
500 rupees. 500.
Let me see him. Point him towards me.
500. 500 rupees. Yes, look here.
I don't know where they would put them. They're too big for their ankles. They're too big for the ankles.
I don't know. And Vicky can wear.
I give good price. All hand one. Nice one. Yeah. Very cheap. This nice package.
Look at the designs on the guy's hands.
300. You want back one? 300. One back game.
Only women did that.
They're very pretty, aren't
I'm getting more.
एक टी-शर्ट देना एक्स्ट्रा लार्ज
टी-शर्ट में देना 4-6 और
एक्स्ट्रा लार्ज टी-शर्ट एक्स्ट्रा लार्ज है ये
एक ग्रीन जरूर देना मेरे को टी-शर्ट
अब ब्लैक में मीडियम ही इज कमिंग दीज आर 25 रुपए दो अलग-अलग
नो बड़ो भाई अलग 25 रुपए दिए भाई
25 दो दो ये इनको पकड़ा देना 25 दो दो यार बाबू ये मांग रही थी 100 रुपए दिस वन ये लो
सर जी ये ले लेना बिंदी ले रही हैं जरा
What about
ओके
I have ostrich feathers. I bought them already.
25 रुपए दो यार एक और
टी-शर्ट
एक 25 रुपए और दो
भैया एक करके
Well, I think we've been taking enough.
ये भैया एक ने टी-शर्ट का कार्डबोर्ड वापस दिया दोबारा काम में लेने के लिए
What?
25 रुपए
$2.
ये लो
सर जी भैया ये ले लेना
बस चले वो पोस्ट कार्ड दिखा दो
Anyone in
How do you like the snake? Should we have bought a snake?
Taj Mahal postcard booklet or a very good book on Taj.
Snake.
What?
A snake.
How do you work the snake? How does it work? How do you work it?
How are we doing it?
He's just going like this.
All right, like that.
अब वो मालाएं थी ना 4
It doesn't stay up. Doesn't stay up.
ना 4 मालाएं पकड़ाओ
You have to do it like this.
Look at him now. I'm making a training film of it.
You can see at many other places. ये लो भैया उन मालाओं के पैसे ये पकड़ो now we are leaving you can find them at our fort also
सर जी प्लेट मांग रही
नहीं मांग रही यार वो
Yeah, I got him.
अरे नहीं मांग रही उसने खुद ने मेरे को बोला कि इसको बोलो मेरे को तंग कर रहा है इसको हटाओ
You hold it in the back.
Yeah.
You go like that.
Go like
And we made a training movie about it.
how you do a snake. How you do a snake.
3 किताबें बिकी हैं
Fingers like this. See with his thumb.
500 600
Directed.
800 900
Directed.
बाकी पोस्ट Here we are.
कब इतना Ganesh when is it Ganesh
Okay, $1. $1. Say $1, man. $1. Mark. $1. Please, $1 box. $1. $1. Hello, $1 box. $1.
Amy, just wait a second.
$1. Only one. $1 small. Hello.
Like Agra. Look, very cheap price. Nice one. Agra for very cheap price. Hello.
चैन के लिए जाती
That's really good.
You know what our American aliens do? There's nothing That's right, because I made it through there. That's running the gauntlet. It's so required. While they were,
All right. See in the pictures. There. Is it a glasses case? Did anyone lose a glasses case?
I think.
Outside?
Yeah. Where did you find it? Outside?
On the pavement.
Yeah. They got my wallet.
What?
They got my wallet.
Your wallet?
Yes. They got my wallet.
You're going to give us those later?
Just joking.
Just joking? Are you Hindu or Muslim?
I just call him that on your last birth. You were the lady of the harem because he danced like that.
Oh.
So I'm just teasing him.
Oh, I see.
As lady of the harem. And he enjoys that.
He
so.
likes that. Are you Hindu? Are most people here in Agra Hindu?
65%. 22%. Rest mostly Christian.
Do you speak mainly Hindu or Arabic?
Hindi. Hindi is the language, Hindu is the religion.
And Arabic, you don't speak that language?
No. Even the Muslim people, they speak Urdu. You know Urdu? Yeah. It is like Sanskrit. Is the mother language of Hindi. All our religious books and everything are there in Sanskrit.
No, and the Taj Mahal is all that?
Arabic.
Oh, that's Arabic.
In the same way, Arabic and Urdu. Arabic is the mother language, all their religious books like Quran and all that in Arabic. But commonly spoken language is Urdu. Just here, please, for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Wonder if you take a picture
Percent of this fort. Then from here you can see those three marble domes. That's the Pearl Mosque, which I showed you in the plan also, closed for renovation from last almost 16 years. Then from here you can see Colvin. He was the lieutenant governor of this province, died in 1857 by cholera, so he was buried here. Lieutenant governor of this northwest provinces of India. Then the building which is right in front of us, where you can see arches and pillars, is Diwan-e-Aam, or the Hall of Public Audience. Exactly the same procedure as you have seen yesterday when we were there at Fatehpur Sikri, minus elephant. So except elephant, everything is exactly the same. In the same way, emperor used to sit in the center, courtiers and nobles all the way around in the veranda, and people came here for the justice.
A cheesy game too?
No, not here. It was beautifully decorated at that time with beautiful Persian carpets onto the floor, silk curtains in between the arches, and paintings onto the walls and pillars. But as you can see, nothing is there now. Reason is the same, vegetable dyes or the natural dyes. Now we are going to see the main palace area, which is inside there. And inside the main palace area, I'll show you some paintings. You won't find any color, you will just find the designs. Reason is the same. At that time, common people could come up till here only. Like we can divide this in 3 courtyards. Come up till here, and beyond that wall, it's army. So in that way, we can do the division. Easy to understand in that way. Please come.
Oh, look!
Not he, the next means there is a way to come in the harem area, but there is no way to come out. And during his lifetime, emperor would arrange something for those ladies in the form of land or in the form of fixed deposit or something like that, so that even if emperor dies or there is some problem, they can spend their life. So when they become older, then they start teaching new ones, the etiquettes and all these things. So they will connect with it, even if they even if he had it, it's of no use.
I didn't have my anchor then.
There you can see 3 screened windows. Palace of Emperor Shah Jahan, being the builder of the Taj Mahal, where he used to live when he was the emperor. So according to that plan, this big one is palace number 3, the big one. Then he had 2 daughters at that time. As I explained it to you, out of 14, 6 survived, 4 sons and 2 daughters. The palace of his first daughter is there on one side of his own living palace, and palace of his second daughter is there on the other side of his own living palace. Both are symmetrical again. Then in the corner, inside the left-hand corner, where you can see that big dome, palace of his wife, Begum Mumtaz Mahal, or Lady of the Taj Mahal. You have seen her grave inside the Taj. Her grave and his grave inside the Taj Mahal. So these are the 4 palaces here in this main palace area. Later on, for his last 8 years, Shah Jahan was house arrested by his own son in that corner palace, being in his wife's palace. According to that plan, which I showed you, the corner one is palace number 5, the small one. So we see all of them from inside, one by one. The garden here is known as grape garden, because at that time they used to grow grapes here to make wine, alcohol, and all that. Then you can see some small rooms here on the ground floor and on the first floor. Rooms you can see on the left hand side as well. Rooms for the harem. All those concubines of the royal ladies, they used to live in these rooms here.
This was a Muslim.
Right, this look, you know what is going to happen.
Where did the other wives live? The other two wives.
Little further down. Don't have ship palaces. She was the most favorite wife.
Did he have... Thought of it? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Panoramic, so you can get that bit in as well.
Of the Taj Mahal, she used to live here. Fountain is here to keep this whole area cool. Water used to come from there. You can see a ramp inside that veranda, then an open channel, then this underground channel, then open here. It would run with rose water or perfumed water at that time to keep this whole area cool and perfumed both. It's all one piece of marble. There is no joint. And the same inlaid work as we have seen inside the Taj Mahal. But here, stones are not of as good quality, as high quality as you find there. Later on, this was the palace where Shah Jahan was house arrested by his own son. So he did spend his last 8 years. This room, the veranda outside, veranda here, and the courtyard there. That's it. He was not allowed to go beyond that. Shah Jahan died here in this room at the age of 73 in 1666. And there is a marble statue of the veranda. That's the place where Shah Jahan used to sit during those 8 years and see the crowd from here. And then out of this there are more. State Park. Before that, when British people they were ruling, some of the British was they were interested, some of them therefore.
Yeah.
Voilà, s'il vous plaît, mesdames et messieurs, attention. C'est la manière d'intégrer la pièce dans laquelle Shahjahan il était enfermé. Parce que c'était ici que Mumtaz Mahal vivait. Et ça se servait comme la prison royale. C'était dans ce balcon. C'était assis sur le
It's a Sunday in the park with family.
The only thing is certain limitations are there that you are not allowed to go beyond this. No one is allowed to meet you, like courtiers, nobles and all that, but servants were there to look after him, like that. Last he was killed, not directly, but indirectly. Because after those 8 years, his son did send a massage oil for his father with poison. So that poison went to his body during the massage time and then he died. So it's a process of slow poisoning, not the direct killing, but he was indirectly killed.
That's pretty direct to me.
हेलो हाँ जी हाँ बोलो मैं अभी थोड़ी देर में बात करूंगा अभी नहीं कर सकता एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ मैं अभी थोड़ी देर बाद राइट
Cell phone.
So now we are in the palace of her second daughter. She has got 2 rooms in her palace. First room is here, second room is just there. Both the rooms are exactly the same. Then she had a small veranda, which you can see here, and the courtyard outside. So this was all the palace of the second daughter. Even in the Mughal period, it was all plain and simple onto the walls. I mean, no paintings, no inlaid work. But carpets, curtains, and wooden doors were there. As you know, these 3 things, these type of holes in the corners to fix up oil lamps or the candles. So in that way, 8 lamps in this room, 2 in every corner. Then you'll find holes here. You can see there everywhere to fix up wooden doors. Please come. Fixed up doors, wooden doors, and these holes here are for oil lamps. palace of Emperor Shah Jahan, where he used to live when he was the emperor. And this was the most beautiful palace at that time, being painted with bright golden and vegetable colors. You can see here on the ceiling, no color, just the design. Reason is the same, vegetable dyes or the natural dyes. In 1905, that means 94 years ago, Lord Curzon, an Englishman, he was the Viceroy of India at that time, did some repainting work up here in the court. And he did that just to give us an idea about that time. So with that, you can imagine about that time with bright paintings onto the walls, onto the ceiling, beautiful Persian carpets onto the floor, silk curtains in between the arches, then fountain right there in front of the palace to keep this whole area and then nice well-maintained garden outside, and on top of it, nice military and morale, because harem there right in front of the palace. They knew how to live.
Tough living.
Please come. Tough living. 365 days in a year. So out of 365 days, 52 Sundays. So Sunday off, one for every day. Huh? You need a rest after 1 week. Please come.
Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome, madam.
I can do this. Thank you.
And this particular fountain needs a smaller tap for normal water, 5 big ones inside for rose water or perfumed water.
Going out now, so if you want to pan around his view, you have to do it now.
Okay.
हवा का कर रहे हैं तो नीचे से चलो सीधे, हाँ नीचे चलो सीधे, तो और नीचे चलने चाय पी जाएंगे ऐसे।